Just in case hindi mo pa alam how to build an emergency fund, let me teach you how. Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rob and I document my 20s while helping fellow 20s. For this episode, I will teach you a step-by-step guide on how to build our emergency fund. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor or an expert on this. Please do your research first and do a self-check if fit ba sa inyo yung mga sinasabi ko or kind of in a different direction. Okay? We will break this episode into 5 parts. If you're interested, let's jump right in. Na-introduce ko na from my last episode why an emergency fund is important for us. If you haven't watched it, I will link it in the description below. Whether you're just starting from scratch or just want to strengthen your financial safety net, I got you covered. Let's start with step 1. Assess your current financial situation. Before you start building your emergency fund, you have to have a good understanding first of your finances to be able to see how much money comes in and what to do with it. Start by asking these questions to yourself. Magkano ba ang current na sahod ko o kita ko? Magkano ba ang total na bayarin ko o yung mga responsibilities ko? Anong lifestyle meron ako at the moment? It is important to reflect on these things because this is the first step in achieving effective savings goal. I have an episode where I talk about budgeting and it includes basic understanding of dividing our money and what to do with the portions of it. That episode will help you identify what are the things to step back from and what are the things to push forward to. I will link in the description below if you're interested. Step 2. Set a savings goal. A good rule of thumb is to save at least 3 to 6 months worth of our living expenses. To figure this out, i-add mo lahat ng living expenses mo like yung rent, groceries, bills, everything that is essential to our living. Tapos, multiply it by 3 or 6. Through this, we will have a clear target on how much we are going to save for an emergency fund. I also have an intended episode for this explaining the importance of an emergency fund. And if you don't have a good grasp yet on why it is crucial for us to have, I recommend pausing this video and watch it first and then go back here na lang once you're done. I will link in the description below. Step 3. Create a savings plan. Once we set our savings goal, we then create a strategy on how to build it. We will start with automating our savings. By automating means that we automatically set aside a portion of our money directly to our emergency fund. No ifs, no buts. Matik yan na ipon. Take it as na walang pera. Pero it's for an emergency. Most of the banks right now have a digital app na that has an automatic bank transfer na kahit hindi mo na siya isipin, iset mo lang once, tapos automatic na ibabawas na niya yun sa pumapasok na pera to your bank account. Now, if you don't have a bank account yet and by cash ka kumikita, I recommend naman to save it somewhere secure and make sure na hindi mo gagalawin yun unless it's an emergency. Next is cutting unnecessary expenses. I assume na by this point, you have a clear understanding what are the things that is unnecessary to your life. Ikaw ang magdedetermine what are the things that adds real value to your life or what are the things that are not. Then from there, we can eliminate the things that adds to our unnecessary expenses, such as eating out madalas or paying subscription fees na we don't even use. Halimbawa, meron tayong Netflix, kawawa na yung Netflix quota na. Halimbawa lang man, meron tayong Netflix, tapos di naman natin ginagamit. We can cancel that to save money from that. Pero if we're using it, then why not? At least, di ba, sulit yung bayad. There are a lot of things na we're subscribed to, but we have to make sure na all of it are utilized or ginagamit natin. Regarding eating out naman, it doesn't mean na hindi ka nabibili ng mga kape or hindi ka nakakain sa labas with your friends. What I mean is, too much of everything is bad, di ba? So we have to control the things that we can. So if you want to learn the money game, you have to reflect on these things as soon as possible and as much as you can. Lastly, finding an additional source of income. This step is an optional one because hindi naman lahat sa atin merong luxury of time, energy, everything to have a second job or a sideline. Kaya siya optional step is because if you want to boost your emergency fund and achieve it fast, meron kang additional source na ilalagay. Or pwede ring medyo tight yung budget mo sa current job mo but you still want to cater savings. As long as hindi nako-compromise yung health mo in general and kaya mo siya mentally, physically, and hindi ka nababurn out. That's okay. Step 4. Choosing the right savings account. This is a very important step if we want to boost our emergency fund. Kasi it is very important na ang ating emergency fund ay accessible but separate from our everyday spending money. If this is your first time building an emergency fund and wala ka pang bank account, I recommend you opening one solely for that purpose. If meron ka naman ng existing bank account, I recommend opening a separate one para dun mo ilagay yung emergency fund separate from your cash flow or yung payroll or kung saan mo man ginagamit yung bank account na to. Kasi ang tendency niyan, if we put everything in one basket or if we put all of our money sa isang bank account, mataas yung chance na gagastusin natin yan kapag nakita natin yung maraming numbers. Catching na yung mata natin. So, para maiwasan natin yon, we separate it. And one money hack that I do is I put my emergency fund in a high-yield savings account o yung digital banks because they offer at least 2.6% interest rate per annum compared to traditional banks, which is around 0.25%, di ba? Hindi pa umabot ng 0.5%. And maybe merong mga banks na nag-offer ng higher than that. Pero about 1 to 2% per annum, even if umabot ng 2%, di ba? Talo pa rin siya nung 2.6% interest rate digital banks could offer. And some digital banks umaabot pa ng up to 15%, which is like insane, di ba? Sobrang taas ng interest rate na pwede mong makuha from them. To show you a quick calculation of what I'm saying, I will flash a sample here. Let's say you have 1,000 pesos to be allocated sa ating emergency fund. And you have two options that pays out monthly. Sa traditional bank, yung 1,000 mo, kikita ng 0.21 pesos in a month, assuming na they offer 0.25% interest rate. Ngayon, sa digital bank naman, yung 1,000 mo will earn 2.17 pesos per month, assuming na they offer 2.6% interest rate per annum. Gets? If we think about it, if we put money constantly to our emergency fund na nakalagay sa isang digital bank or high-yield savings account, the interest we get from that ipon and it is monthly paid out, it gets compounded. Tapos yung kita natin na yun, masasama na siya sa calculation ng interest for the next month. So, the more money we save, the higher interest rate we get from digital banks. How man? Let your money work for you, di ba? And also, di pa dyan natatapos. I highly recommend this step because we want to grow our money as much as possible habang hindi pa dumadating yung emergency. And we don't want the value of our money to be eaten by inflation, di ba? So, as we all know, inflation, tumataas lang yan, kakainin yung value ng money natin in time. So, ano na, di ba, yung ipon natin? Sayang. Step 5. Be consistent. In building our emergency fund, we have to be very consistent. I think I can say from experience na wala naman yan sa amount na nilalagay mo, kundi nasa consistency and discipline. It doesn't matter if 100 lang yung kaya mo sa emergency fund or 500 or 1,000, as long as you do it consistently, you put money to your fund consistently, I think you're on your way. Pero it will matter if you care about the rate of how fast you will build your emergency fund, di ba? Siyempre, kung mas maliit, mas mabagal yung rate nun. Kung mas malaki, mas mabilis mong mabobo yung emergency fund. You have to regularly review your financial situation and adjust accordingly. We don't want to be in a situation na nako-compromise ng pag-iipon natin yung other parts of our finances. Baka kasi mapunta tayo sa trap na, emergency fund lang ang priority. Ipon, ipon, ipon. Tapos, yung ibang parts naman ng, ng expenses, nako-compromise. Bumababa yung allocation. So, di ba, that's not a good thing. You want to have a certain amount lang na we consistently put, tapos it will not hurt our monthly expenses. So, to recap, there are 5 steps in building an emergency fund. Let's start with step 1. Assess your current financial situation. Sit down and reflect on your finances. Ask yourself questions regarding money and what to do with it. Step 2. Set a savings goal. A good rule of thumb is to save at least 3 to 6 months worth of our expenses for our emergency fund for us to be able to see magkano yung iipunin natin in the long run. Step 3. Create a savings plan. Automate your savings, cut and adjust unnecessary expenses, and an optional step sa dulo is find additional source of income. Only if meron ka pang energy and time to do a second job or freelancing or selling on the side, as long as di na-compromise ang health mo in general. Step 4. Choose the right savings account. This is a very important step if we want to boost our money. If we want to grow our money kahit natutulog tayo. Step 5. Be consistent. As long as clear ang ating savings goal at consistently tayo naglalagay ng money sa ating emergency fund, we're on our way. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and please share it to someone who might need to see this. Maybe your friend, your family, basta to someone for them to learn how to build an emergency fund. Together, let's help young Filipino adults manage their finances para maiwasan natin yung financial disaster as we grow old. That's it for this episode. See you on the next. Jane!